Hey everybody, I have another video coming your way this week, this time talking about theory and prostitution. So we're talking about sexual behavior as a social problem. Now I want to take a few minutes to discuss prostitution from a theoretical perspective. In this case, we're looking at prostitution from a functional standpoint. Imagine if prostitution were legal. A lot of people don't like thinking about this as a real possibility. However, when we consider the problems associated with prostitution, some of them can be diminished or eradicated if we actually legalize this practice. Prostitution is kind of like a drug or a gun. People get their hands on the former if they want it badly enough, no matter what. Similarly, if people will always use prostitutes, they're going to use them if they're legal or illegal. The idea is that if we can reduce some of these issues by legalizing it and controlling it, we may have some better outcomes for all involved. I'll play the devil's advocate here for just a moment as we move through this particular process. We can actually protect all parties involved if we legalize prostitution. First, we could set up a system where all prostitutes would have to be tested weekly for sexually transmitted diseases. It would be much like anything else where I would have to have a card as a membership that showed I was current on my vaccines. In this case, it would be vaccines that show or tests that were done to make sure I don't have some type of sexually transmitted disease. This would go a long way in reducing the number of those diseases and curb the spread of them throughout the population. Secondly, if someone decides to use their body in order to make money, that's their decision. That person should be allowed to do so. They're being a capitalist, just like anyone else. Clearly, there are some issues in this world of forced prostitution. We know that. And there's only so much we can do about that. However, much like the drug dealer who's selling a product that is in demand, the prostitute is simply offering a service that is in demand. If both parties consent, neither should be prosecuted for their actions. Next, consider the tax implications of this, the revenue that would be generated from legalizing prostitution. If those using prostitution services were taxed, this money could be used in a variety of ways, positive ways for the society. It could fund local education, road building, or be used to help those who have drug or alcohol addictions. Actually, some of it might be used to provide counseling for those who feel like they are addicted to sex. Also, the person that was once a pimp becomes a small business owner. The government knows that people are going to engage in this behavior no matter what. They just want their piece of the pie. They want their cut. That tax revenue would go a long way. Be sure to think about these considerations when moving into material about functionalism and prostitution. The main impediment is a symbolic view of the term prostitute. This word carries such negative connotations and stigma that those working in this sector would still be viewed differently in most ways. Yet, as time progressed, the stigma would decrease and this would be just seen as another job.